it's Ceri here from the Yoga Light Centre in Ruthin, North Wales, and today I am going to show you a sequence to help build the strength required for Astangasana, which is a middle section of Surya Namaskara, the sun salutation. Most styles of sun salutation have Astangasana as part of the practice. The difficulty people can have is building up is the strength in the arms that's required, and a certain malleability in the back and core strength. So this is Astangasana, and I'm going to show you how to get into that with strength. Okay, so what you're going to need is a yoga brick or something equivalent, because you're going to be positioning it this high, so something that can give you that height. All right, I'm going to start kneeling and simply just warming up the hands. So can you stretch out those fingers like this? Can you see? Okay, doing that about 10 times. Okay, and then just circling those wrists. Okay, now pull back one wrist with the fingers of the other hand, pulling back those fingers. Can you see that? Put this up, I just need to come in so that you can see that very clearly. And then the other side. So now you're pulling this way. Okay. And then the other hand, first of all pull back so the palm is facing me, or it's facing away from you. And then the other way, pulling that palm towards you, presenting the back of your hand to me. Okay, great. All right, so from here, can you kneel and interlock the fingers behind you, and then you're going to draw the chest up as well as bring the hands as high as you can. So you're really working into that thoracic spine, seeing if you can straighten the arms as well. Taking a couple of slow breaths. One more breath. Good. And then repeat that with the other side. So you're making a C shape with your back and pulling those hands forward. Take a couple of breaths here. And we're going to repeat that one more time. Hands behind you, interlock those fingers, lift up. One more breath. And then forward, curling that spine. Great. Okay, so from here, we're going to come onto all fours, hands directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, and let's just circle those hips to free up that lower back. So about 4 circles one way, and stop, and then the other way. And then back to center. Okay, we're going to do what I call a dynamic cat and cow. So as you breathe out, you are going to tuck that tailbone under and draw the bottom down towards the heels. So you're in that C shape in the back, and then you're going to see if you can get the nose as close to the floor or a few inches away from the floor, and draw it forward just above the floor, and then curl up into your cow, so you straighten the arms. Then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, draw the bottom back and down, and then inhale, drawing the nose forward and thereby straightening the arms. If you need to make it a bit easier on your arms, keep the nose a little bit further away from the floor, so it gets easier the further away the face is from the floor, because there's not so much pressure. Now, for some of you that are really struggling with the wrists here, you can work with your fists. So let's have a go like that. But you really are going to have the face quite away from the floor there. That's absolutely fine. As long as you're feeling that lovely motion of that domino effect that's created through the cat-cow sequence, rolling up and down the vertebra, that's great. Okay, one more. Fantastic. Okay, so from here, you're going to either continue working with your fists if you need to, or with the hands flat on the floor and directly below the shoulders. You're going to do a hovering tabletop. So tuck the toes from under you, and can you just lift those knees a few inches off the floor? Two more breaths if you can, and then you're going to push up into down dog. So you're exhaling up into down dog, and take a couple of breaths here, and then we're going to move into upward dog on an in breath. So as you inhale, you're going to bring the pelvis forward and down, tucking the tailbone under as you come up, and exhale down dog. And inhale, up dog, and exhale, inhale, and one more if you can manage it. Exhale, inhale, and then take the knees to the floor and draw the bottom so it's above the knees, and then can you walk your hands forward into extended puppy? And you can take the forehead onto the floor. If that's too much, you can grab your brick and rest your forehead on the brick. Otherwise, forehead, and some of you who are already able to do this, you draw the chest onto the floor and chin. Okay, but do not force this. Take a couple of breaths here. And then come back up, bring the elbows and forearms down and just lower down. Can you slide the hands underneath the shoulders? Bring the big toes together and heels if that feels good. And then you're just going to inhale up a little bit, baby cobra. So you keep the elbows absolutely tucked in tight to the body. As soon as you feel those elbows moving out, you stop. You also keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. And come down. Going to practice that four times. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, hold it for a breath. And exhale down. Great. Okay, push up again. Grab the brick. Place it level with the chest, where the chest would be. So you take the knees slightly behind the hips. And you're going to go into a plank first of all. So we're just going to get that plank established. So you want the shoulders directly above the wrists, okay? So if you were to tuck your toes under, you're in that position, okay? So just establishing that plank. And again, if you need to use your fists to protect your wrists if you need to, okay? So once you've established that, we're going to hold this. 2 more breaths if you can. Fantastic. Bring the knees down. Okay, so we're going to practice exhaling and lowering down to the top of the brick, and then inhaling up. What I want you to think about most of all is that those elbows go backwards rather than out to the side, okay? So let's take a breath in together, breathe in, and exhale, our elbows go back, touch, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, 2 more, exhale down, inhale up, and 1 more, exhale down, inhale up. Great, okay, take the brick away, and we're going to go back into plank and see if we can practice Astangasana and then move through that into your cobra. Let's have a go. So those knees are slightly behind the hips, the shoulders are directly above the hands. Again, if you need to work with fists, do so. So untuck the toes, come into your plank. In your plank, pull up through your thighs, push the heels back. And then keeping those elbows moving backwards rather than out to the side, you are aiming to lower the knees, chest and forehead all at the same time. Let's go. Exhale. And then untuck the toes. Inhale, push that pelvis into the mat, shunting the energy forward and up into your cobra. And then from here, exhale and push back into child. And breathe. Okay, and coming up. That's the practice. So you can have a go a few more times if you want and build up that strength required so that you can practice the perfect Astangasana. Take care, everyone.